Cause we're hanging out with Daywalker.
Come on.
She does what I say.
Back with another video. I'm about to review Cosmic Wonder, breaking Tom Holland and Zendaya engaged, Spider-Man 4 plot, and Andrew Garfield. We're gonna see what they're talking about, okay? We love the Cosmic Wonder though. Like straight up, that's my boy right here. I love this man. He's very intelligent, and I like watching his videos. And we're gonna review to his videos.
Big congratulations to Peter Parker and MJ as they are engaged. Not actually in the MCU, but Tom Holland and Zendaya are engaged. And this comes at little to no surprise. If you've been following them on Instagram or just in the media, you've probably seen, at least on the outside, it looks like they have a really awesome relationship. The two of them seem to be genuinely happy together, and it looks like that's pretty much confirmed by the fact that they are now engaged. Now, this is coming from TMZ. They say they have the exclusive. It does look like they show an image of Zendaya with a engagement.
He did it. He did it. At a point in time, like, no disrespect to them and shit, I thought this was like a media. I thought like it was like a media thing, because you know how like when people date in Hollywood, it's really controlled and like their agents set the stuff up and stuff. But like it was really refreshing to see that this might be real.
Ring on her finger, and they posted an article titled Zendaya engaged to Tom Holland. It says Zendaya and Tom Holland are taking the next step in their relationship because they're engaged. Sources close to the couple tell TMZ the Spider-Man star popped the question between Christmas and New Year's, dropping to one knee in a very intimate setting in one of Zendaya's family homes in the United States. TMZ says, "We're told Tom didn't make a huge show of the engagement. It wasn't a big over-the-top proposal. Instead, it was very romantic and intimate. Our sources say the family wasn't there. It was just a sweet moment between Tom and Zendaya." Zendaya showed off her massive engagement ring Sunday at the Golden Globes, which was last night. And they
see, my boy's so brilliant with this stuff, bro. He made sure that she knew it was about her. It wasn't about everybody else and let me look like a cool guy to everybody else. No, he wanted to look cool to her. That's my boy right there.
They say that it looks like Tom spared no expense because the diamond is huge. And as you can see, yes, it is pretty big. Tom Holland is using that Spider-Man money well. Now, TMZ ends their article stating, "Our sources say Tom and Zendaya haven't started planning their wedding yet. They've both got a lot of Hollywood projects and commitments coming up, so we're told it will be a bit before they dip into wedding planning." In which, yes, they both do have a lot coming up.
I want to be invited.
Both of them
I want to go
in Spider-Man 4.
I want to go.
So what does this mean for Spider-Man 4? Well, I actually think it's really cool. Tom Holland and Zendaya started dating.
I'm not gonna lie. If I go to this wedding, bro, and they're like, "Is there anybody out here that wants to speak their piece?" Yes. Yes, I'm gonna go like this. Yes. Yes. Zendaya, I know we don't know each other, but you're marrying the wrong guy. No, I'm just playing. I don't want no smoke. I hope I'm not at some Marvel event freaking interviewing people and Tom's there. I can't be fake either, bro. I love you, Zen.
Back in 2021 after originally meeting on the set of Spider-Man Homecoming. And we've heard from Tom Holland himself that they kind of go over the script for Spider-Man 4 together and come up with ideas together, which is very interesting for a few different reasons. But Tom Holland said that when he originally read the Spider-Man 4 script with Zendaya, they were jumping around in their apartment because they loved it so much. Now, since then, it seems like we've had a lot of different developments for Spider-Man 4, but we do...
Marvel, like Disney, really loves Tom Holland, bro. I feel like that's their greatest asset that's still active. Obviously, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. was probably like their biggest asset. But with them killing him off, they have Tom Holland, Spider-Man. Spider-Man's probably like the most lucrative superhero in the world at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So they're giving him the creative ability to write a script. Is crazy. With his girlfriend, it's crazy work. It's unheard of. Someone his age, with his experience in writing, giving him creative control is pretty cool, especially with his girlfriend and shit. And my boy just engaged.
Do know that
He
Tom Holland
just
is
proposed
actually
to
really
Zendaya. It's
involved
crazy work.
with Spider-Man 4, and he's stated many times that he's not going to come back to play Spider-Man just to do something ordinary. Andrew Garfield said this as well. He said he would return to do something pretty special, but he just recently commented on him returning as Spider-Man, but we'll get to that in a bit. Tom Holland has already said that he is involved in the creative process with Spider-Man 4. He said it's the first time, and he loves it, and Zendaya is confirmed to be returning. And they're professionals, but it might get a little awkward because it sounds like Peter Parker in the MCU is going to have another romantic interest, which does track and make sense considering how Spider-Man No Way Home left off, with nobody, including MJ, knowing or remembering who Peter Parker is. The recent reports and rumors tell us that there are two different women who could be the new romantic interest of Peter Parker in the MCU, both of which could be played by Anya Taylor-Joy. And those two characters are Black Cat and Gwen Stacy, aka...
Even if they have them, you already know Spider-Man though. Like, eventually something's gonna happen where Mary Jane is gonna remember. Zendaya is gonna remember who he is, and she's gonna be mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? And one of these girls are gonna be trying to get in between, you know, Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy. They're gonna try to get, or Black Cat. They're gonna try to get in between Spider-Man and Mary Jane, but you know that's not gonna work. Nothing can get in between love. You feel me? So,
aka Spider-Gwen. Now, she's obviously not going to play both of these characters, but the recent reports say that Spider-Man is going to have a new romantic interest in Spider-Man 4, and either of these characters would work. A lot of people think Black Cat could work maybe a little bit more because the relationship could honestly be between not Peter Parker and Felicia Hardy, not the people themselves, but more along the lines of their superhero alter egos. So the relationship would be between Spider-Man and Black Cat, which does fall in line with what we've heard from Amy Pascal, executive producer, about what the plot for Spider-Man 4 is going to entail. And that is that Peter Parker is essentially going to put aside Peter Parker and just focus on being Spider-Man. So essentially, Peter Parker is kind of gonna be no more. I say kind of because, of course, he's not gonna fully go away, but he is going to focus on being Spider-Man. So him having a relationship as Spider-Man with Black Cat makes sense, but also at the same time you can argue that it makes sense with Spider-Gwen as well. And if this is going,
they're not gonna do, bro, I hate that he even bringing up Spider-Gwen, bro. Like, obviously Spider-Gwen is gonna be with Miles Morales. Like, we already know this, right? And they're trying to bring Miles Morales into Spider-Man. Like, they're not gonna have him be with Spider-Gwen, bro. We're not doing that, bro. We're literally not doing that. It's gonna be Black Cat, and just leave it at that, bro. We don't gotta go back and forth and say, oh, maybe Gwen Stacy. It's not gonna be Gwen Stacy, bro. They're gonna bring Miles Morales into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then he's gonna be with Gwen Stacy, bro. We already know the vibes, bro.
going to be a multiverse movie, then they could do kind of an origin story for Spider-Gwen, because in the comics she's from Earth 65 and her origin is really similar to Peter Parker's. She gets bitten by a radioactive spider which gives her her powers. So it would be pretty cool to have her come into the MCU in a multiversal way, since Spider-Man 4 is said to be a pretty big multiversal film, which would include bringing back the other Spider-Man.
I could be wrong though. I'll be embarrassed if I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
A while now that Sony wants, and it does look like now Sony and Marvel are going pretty much all out with Spider-Man 4, and they're going to try to make it bigger than Spider-Man No Way Home, which was massive, the biggest Spider-Man movie to date, and one
of the biggest superhero movies to date,
of the biggest MCU movies. So it's gonna take a lot, including the two Spider-Men returning. But recently, Andrew Garfield, in an interview with GQ, commented on him possibly returning for Spider-Man 4. Now, keep in mind, a few months ago with Esquire magazine, he said that returning as Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home was really healing, and that he would 100% come back if there was a great concept for another movie, or if it was something that hasn't been done before that's unique and odd and exciting and that you can sink your teeth into. He said, I love that character and it brings joy. If part of what I bring is joy, then I'm joyful in return. So he said that he was very open for it, but recently in an interview with GQ, they said this: the way Garfield sees it, he's entering a new phase of his post-hiatus career. He knows what he wants to do next, and they quote, less and less. I can keep doing the same thing, but it doesn't feel right anymore, Andrew Garfield says. I'm getting back to the pure joy of the work rather than having it tied to career in any way. Then GQ states, so he's being more selective. No, he hasn't already signed up for Spider-Man 4, as many reports have already.
They're taking everything out of the context, bro. Like, we don't even know what the rest of whatever he said was, bro. I'm sure if they wanted him back as Spider-Man, he'll go back as Spider-Man, bro. I think he's referring to anything else he has going on and doing the same thing. That's what they said, like, he doesn't want to keep doing the same. I doubt he's talking about Spider-Man, bro. They're literally, like, not talking about Spider-Man. So it's just irritating.
Already suggested. I'm gonna disappoint you, he says. Yeah, no. But I know no one's gonna trust anything I say from now on. In which, yeah, that's probably true. Not that anybody really blames him for having to lie about his appearance in Spider-Man No Way Home. He obviously had to lie about that. But no, we can't really take his denial of being in Spider-Man 4 at face value. However, it might be true that, no, he might not have signed up for it technically. He might not have signed the contract for it and worked out the money and everything like that. That might actually be true, but I'm assuming if Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are returning at this point in time in writing the script, they've talked to them about returning, especially since Andrew Garfield said that he would be open to returning. But if you're writing a script that is involving the 3 Spider-Man in a huge way, plus Venom, because that's another thing that we've heard as well, then you have to make sure they're on board before or while you're writing the script. Otherwise, it's all just kind of irrelevant. If you can't get Andrew Garfield to return as Spider-Man, you can't have his Spider-Man in the movie. You're not going to replace him. But him and Tobey Maguire have said both many times that they're open to returning again, and both really enjoyed Spider-Man No Way Home and returning to do that film. From what we've heard from them, it sounds like it was nothing but a joyous experience for both of them, and Andrew Garfield said it was healing. So yeah, Andrew Garfield.
I've seen a lot of like the backstage videos and clips and stuff of them hanging out backstage. They were enjoying themselves, bro. They were enjoying themselves. So of course they're gonna come back. I'm sure that they appreciated the fan love that they got and the success that they got from it. It's really good stuff.
Garfield can deny, and yes, no one's really gonna believe him because of him saying that he's not the werewolf before, but again, nothing against him. He obviously had to lie, but we're not gonna believe his denials now. Nobody can straight up come out and say, yep, I'm returning. You know, Kevin Feige has his sniper pointed at all of them at all points in time. So yes, he can deny. No, we don't believe him, because everything points to him returning for Spider-Man 4 based off of everything that we've heard about this movie. But hey, you never know. In the meantime, big congrats to Tom Holland and Zendaya on their engagement. Hopefully they bring a lot of that positive energy to Spider-Man 4, which I'm sure they will.
Just treat her right, Tom. Just treat her right, which I'm sure you do anyways, bro. And Zendaya, you treat him right too. He seems like a good guy. Seems like a good guy. You treat him right too.
That's how you outdo Spider-Man No Way Home. You add Venom. But go ahead, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Let's send a lot of love to Tom Holland and Zendaya, and also let me know how excited you are for Spider-Man 4.
Love y'all. Subscribe, man. Subscribe.
Cause we're hanging out with Daywalker.
Come on.
She does what I say, I'm a smooth talker.
Yeah.
She calling me her daddy, she a Skywalker.
Yeah.
You can follow me on IG.